Haven't made an RC video for a while. So here's a chassis I picked up recently. I can't find any names on it. I have no idea what it is. It's in pretty good shape. It's relatively complete. It has a lot of design elements of a Nitro Hawk. It's like loosely based on a Traxxas design. This is pretty much how I found it. Has a Futaba 148 steering servo. Turnbuckles kind of look like they're Traxxas. Has like this brake shoe thing going on. Looks like a 32 pitch spur gear. .5mm axles. The white plastic, in my opinion, it feels very brittle. It looks very brittle. It's not what I'm used to seeing, like the white nylon. Kind of look like a Traxxas design. Front shock tower, rear shock tower, loosely resembles Traxxas. Slider shafts, very close to Traxxas. It's in really good shape, very clean. Wasn't used very much. Has a engine mount like Kyosho. Like they're plain 3-hole blocks on some slotted holes there you could adjust. No countersinking in this chassis. This stamped aluminum. Color is very close to like that HPI Rush on that chassis. I might have seen one of these before on eBay. They had it listed as a Nitro Hawk, and it had an engine in it. It was pretty much a complete vehicle. I don't remember what body it had on it, but definitely it wasn't a Nitro Hawk. It was this weird, I think it was one of these, a weird knockoff product. And there is one name on it actually, but I just can't find anything about it. FPs, FPS, I don't know. Never heard of it. Strange. But it was just so interesting, I had to pick it up, and I didn't pay much for it. It's pretty straightforward to work with. I don't need a lot to really get it going. A lot of it's just standard hardware, really. It used to have a bumper. I'll have to line up something. It looks... That looks pretty close to a TRX front bumper. Shouldn't be too hard to make something work. Need some 5x10 bearings. It must have been, I'm thinking it was a buggy. It was a buggy because it has, there's no body mounts except for what's used, these centers, this one and this one. And it looks like a pin's been in there. And then it has a strange side body mount, which looks like it, excuse me, it looks like it belongs there. It's the same color as the plastic. It's part of the set. So it must have been a body and then actually had a side, which is not a bad idea. There's probably, yeah, there must be one for the other side also. Looks like it would be about right. It's interesting. What I plan to do, nothing too crazy. I'm gonna get like I can pretty much put anything on here. Probably get like an HPI or an OS12. Just some mild, nothing crazy, just standard engine. Looks like, yeah, definitely that would use a full threaded crankshaft, long crankshaft, not an SG or pilot shaft, just a regular threaded. and I have these very ugly but 90s appropriate gold rims. They're in rough shape, but if I wanted to, I could strip the plating off them and paint them gold again. That would be how much more vintage 90s would that be for RC? Freaking white plastic, purple chassis, gold rims. That's old school. And I have some. Let me get those tires. It's gonna be a stadium truck, so I'm gonna probably use mounts, body mounts for like a Rustler or Sport in the front and the back. Hopefully these lines, these holes I don't have a hard time lining these up with the body mount. And I actually do have a body. It'd be a good candidate for this. This is a cool body. They kind of newish. It's a thing that J Concepts just made for. It's like an old school RC10T body. It's an F-150 stadium truck, so that'll look pretty good on this. My length wheelbase seems about right, so it should fit well. Well, never mind then. I had some old school Proline Y design. It was called Y design tread, and some front. I guess they were front rib tires. I forget which ones they were, but they would have been appropriate for this. But I think I sold those old school tires with another Outlaw Rampage or something I sold earlier. So I'll have to find some oldish tires to put on this, something that at least looks appropriate. And I'll probably just find another 148 servo to put for the throttle. You can pretty much use any linkage setup, like something off of a Nitro Sport would work fine. There goes a wheel, and any normal 6-volt will fit there. So this is pretty much a copy or a loose copy of a Nitro Hawk with some other design elements. Don't know what it is. I would appreciate if someone would know anything about this thing to say something. I'm stumped. Alright, that's it for now. When I get any more done with this, I'll make another video.